Shout out to whoever brought back, you know, the whole claw clip style, because I've been running it into the ground and I just can't stop slicking my hair back now. You know, love the waves. And when you're a working woman now, you know, sometimes when we're on the meetings, on a call, you want to just have your hair out your face. You know, you want to have it a little neat sometimes. And I don't know about y'all, but the curly fro sometimes gets on my nerves, especially when it starts to get really, really cold. And I don't want to walk around with wet hair and wait to, you know, diffuse it and all that. A slick back. So let's get into these top 5 gels with strong hold for curly hair. Alright guys, so I have my top 5 maximum stronghold gels for curly and natural hair here on my iPad. I made a list because I was like, honestly, I always make tutorials, but I never really tell y'all like what are my favorite you know, products that I really gravitate towards or always have somewhere in my stash. If you're a curly girl, you know, sometimes whenever you have like a failed wash and go or like a twist out or something, you'd have a gel on hand that is going to do the trick, whether you use the gel for styling purposes or literally just slicking it back. I don't know about you guys, but when it starts to get a little cold, I don't feel like doing too much to my hair because for some reason my hair just takes 3-5 business days to dry, especially if I'm going to do like a braid out, twist out. And if I want to wear a wash and go, I know that, you know, I'll kind of walk around with my hair a little wet before I go in and diffuse it. But even then, that's a whole process. So I have my hair slicked back today in the whole claw, what is it called? Claw clip trend or whatever it is. But I love this look, and let's get into the top 5. So no real particular like order of like my favorite to least. These are just the top 5 that I always usually like have or have on hand right now. So the first one, we always got to get this out the way because this is just an OG gel, and it's Eco Styler gel, but 2 specific colors. Now most of the gels through Eco Styler always say like a level 10 hold. Some of them have like less hold, but the ones that have level 10 hold are like the yellow and the green and the gold. Yeah, those are the ones I think have like a level 10, but they have specific ingredients in them. I just call them by the color. The green would be the olive oil and the yellow one is the argan oil. Now I personally feel like the green is a little bit stronger than the argan oil one, and that one is just, it's borderline glue. Like personally for me, I've never been a fan of Gorilla Snot glue, which is like not even nowhere on my list. So I've always gone for the Eco Styler gel, and I've used that for twist outs, braid outs, wash and goes, the wet looks. Like that's just a gel that you definitely need to have in your stash. The only issue I have with Eco Styler gel is that it just tends to not mix with certain leave-in conditioners or curl creams, and that's just something you really want to keep in mind when it comes to choosing certain gels. And because they don't really like, I know they have like their own like curl custard, but they don't really like have their own leave-in or like hair moisturizers if I'm not mistaken. So you don't really have a base product that you know for sure is going to mix with it. Now I do have plenty of videos on my channel where I've used a variety of different like curl creams and leave-in conditioners that do mix with Eco Styler gel, but it's just always a hit or miss. So that's just something you want to keep in mind. But I always love to have the green, which is the olive oil, and the yellow, which is the argan oil one, in my stash. Honorable mention would be the pink Eco Styler gel, and that's usually a level 8 hold, and it's called like their sport styler, and that's just, it's just a little bit lighter hold. Obviously I've used that for wet looks and slick back sometimes, but it doesn't last as long. So these two, the yellow and the green one, they usually last me 5 to 6 days, maybe even longer if I, you know, tie it down for the rest of the week. But that is number 1 on my list. Number 2, y'all never believe this. Okay, so I recently got a PR package of the Luster's Pink products, and if you guys had your mom doing your hair in elementary school, y'all know about the OG Pink moisturizer hair lotion. Okay, it's not in this bottle. They have like rebranded and changed like their packaging, but this one is their growth and scalp relief natural oil moisturizing lotion. The other one is the one that's in the full pink bottle. Like if you remember back in the day, you can smell it looking at the bottle. Okay, but they have their own gel, and I didn't know that. So when I got this package, I was like, okay, cool, let me try this. Mind you, this is in my hair right now. So I have this paired with this in my hair, and this is their Hold and Shine Perfecting Gel, and this gel is pretty strong because I did my hair like 6 days ago, and it's still lasting. Now I did touch it up again yesterday, so technically it lasted me a good 4 to 5 days, but I touched it up again with this, you know, same gel and just refreshed it with some water, and boom, look at that. And they also sent me the Shea Butter Coconut Oil Smooth and Whole Edge Gel, but you can honestly use this as edge control too, because that's how strong the gel is. But just to kind of show you guys what the edge gel looks like, pretty big size container too. But this is pretty good. You can use this, like I said, for slick backs, wash and goes, wet looks, you name it. Next is the Mielle Pomegranate Maximum Hold Gel. Now if you guys watched my last video, actually it's probably like 2 or 3 videos ago, I did the wet look, updated version of the wet look, and I realized a lot of people had not seen that gel sold in stores. I also had a TikTok video and everybody was like, they have never seen that gel, and it dawned on me that they only sell it on the website, so you cannot find it in Target, Walmart, or the beauty supply store apparently. But the gel is $9.99 on their website currently. I love that gel. So if you saw that wet look was everything, and that gel is the truth. It's definitely strong enough to hold your hair back for a good amount of days too. The fact that my wet look actually lasted like 4 days and was like molded in that look, that's a strong hold gel. It's not lying when it says maximum hold. So that's number 3 on my list, and it smells really, really good. Number 4 is the Aunt Jackie's Ice Curl. This is definitely another OG curl. OG gel. If you guys have followed me for a good minute, I've used this during twist outs and braid outs. Actually, I kind of prefer it for those, not necessarily slick back looks, but the gel is still strong enough to have, you know, longevity in your hairstyles, and that's why I used it for twist outs and braid outs. And that gel tends to work well with Aunt Jackie's products exclusively. I've tried other combinations with that gel, like Cream of Nature, leave-in conditioners and stuff, and it tends to make like those hair booger flakes, and I don't like that. So with that particular gel, you kind of want to make sure you stay within the Aunt Jackie's product range when you're mixing with that, but it's still a really good whole gel. And last on my list, I have the Wetline Extreme Gel. Now, I don't always have this in my stash. I have used this a lot, especially when I was in college, because everybody was raving about it when it came to like wash and goes and slick back looks. I just never really gravitate towards it when I'm in the beauty supply store, but it's definitely a good gel to have. A lot comes in the tub. That's another thing about that compared with Eco Styler Gel. Eco Styler Gel, they have the big boy tubs of the gel. I'm talking about the gel that could last you 6 months, because it's almost like a pint. Like, it's just so much gel. Same thing with Wetline. You can get like the bigger tub versions in the beauty supply store. But yeah, overall, I mean, it's a pretty good gel. Definitely something that you want to have in your stash. If anything, I would kind of use that for wash and goes, because it's not the strongest on this list. Like I said, Eco Styler Gel is definitely the strongest on this list that I've mentioned, with Mielle Organics being runner-up as far as like the strength of it. But Wetline is still a good gel. When it comes to mixing with certain products, it mixes pretty well. But again, with any gel, always do the product test in your hand. Whether you're going to mix it with a curl cream, foaming mousse, curl custard, leave-in conditioner, I don't even care if it's liquid, especially if it's cream-based. You have to do the little product test in your hand and make sure it's going to mesh well. If it meshes, you know, in a clear consistency and doesn't make clumps, you're good to go. That means it's not going to make any flakes in your hair when you have a twist out or braid out or even a wash and go. But if it does, you're going to be walking around snowing from your head. So just a fair warning. And I will mention this, when it comes to gels, you guys, I usually only use those for protective styling and slick backs. You guys know in the last 7 or 8 wash and go videos, I don't really go with gel wash and goes anymore, because I just feel like it takes a long time for it to like have that volume, and I don't really care for it. But I mean, I may try it, you know, soon in the future, just to see if I can kind of perfect it. But I do prefer foaming mousse when it comes to wash and goes. But like I said, since it's getting colder and I like to keep my hair on my face, especially when I'm working, these are my favorite gels. Top 5 gels, definitely think that you guys should have in your stash. Let me know any other gels that you guys know about or try or always have in your stash, because I would love to know and go try those out myself. Let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.